There was a military overthrow in Ghana by a captain called Jerry John Rawlings. He was a very junior officer in the army. He had been arrested and put in jail. And the junior military officers and the country rose up and went and released him from jail, and they overthrew the government that was in power. And when Jerry Rawlings was asked how he managed to do it, being a very junior officer, and it was just a day before he was hanged, and he said, Ghana is like a small room, basically a tinderbox, with gas everywhere. And all that was needed was one person to take a matchbox and strike the matchbox and throw in that little fire in the matchbox, and the whole thing explodes. And that is how he managed to take power. Kenya is exactly in the same state that Ghana was in 1979. Kenya is a small room with gases everywhere, inflammable substances everywhere. And the beauty with our situation is that the person who threw the matchbox is not a guy sitting in jail. It's actually a guy sitting at State House. The person who threw the fire, the little flame of fire, is actually William Samoei Ruto. When we told him, withdraw Finance Bill 2024 given to you by IMF, he said, I'm not going to withdraw it. And he sent his goons like David D to insult us, telling us, oh, all you are Twitter activists. Politics is a contact sport. So the Gen Zs had him, and they say, okay, you think we who are tweeting, who are reading, who are on social media are not human beings. We are going to teach you a lesson. So the rest, as they say, is history. But the point is, we cannot turn back. It's too late, even for Ruto. It's too late for everybody. He has to go. I want to reinforce the point that right now, we cannot let Ruto stay in power, because it means we are going to give him a license to come for all of you and send abductors and killer squads. But in one big, huge mass, he cannot stop us. That's number one. Number two, there was a question about what do we do with religion. It's a red herring. Let's not touch these things. Right now, we are not interested in religion and those hiding in churches and in mosques and in other places of worship. Right now, we are interested in transformation of the state, not the transformation of the church. If we transform a secular state and we separate state from religion, the population will deal with the church if they decide to be sacrilegious. Remember, right now, they cannot go and buy priests anymore. They have been stopped by the people already. So in a way, we are cleaning the church. But we have to clean the state first. And the moment we clean the state and transform it, the church by its very nature will be transformed. But we don't want to be prescriptive right now about churches, about what those ones will cause division, will set us against the church. We don't want people who are setting us up. That's a setup. It's a red herring, and we must avoid it. We focus on our agenda. We have to be disciplined, thoroughly disciplined. Number two, what do we do with the people in the system? I don't know what is understood by the people in the system. Anyone who believes in this system, this bankrupt system, this system that was set up for neocolonial purposes, for extractive purposes, to pauperize Africa, cannot be part of the new dispensation. But if you just happen to be working for the government or for the public, that does not make you culpable for what the government did. That is why I said that one of the solutions was to set up an independent investigative authority that will investigate all malpractices, all questionable land grabbings, corruption, scandals, institutional capture, political assassinations from 1963 to now. That is enough for cleansing and cleaning up the system. We don't have to have parallel or multiple duplicative processes. It will cause confusion, it will waste public funds, and it will cause division. Now, you see, a lot of people don't realize that Ruto has no philosophy. Ruto has no ideology. The only ideology that Ruto has is looting and grabbing and terrorizing people so that we can leave him alone to loot. We knew that when we elected him. But we were very clear that we wanted a weak president that we could remove in the event that he continued on his profligate ways. And now he continued. So it's important to exercise our sovereignty and remove him because he pretended that because he suffered under Uhuru a little bit, inconvenience a little bit, that he had reformed. Then you realize that the criminal came out of jail and continued to do or commit more crimes. The reason why in Kenya we have not had institutions that operate is because we've never punished impunity. We've never punished grand corruptors, people who have just sabotaged the system. We have not punished even murderers. It is time that we started doing that. And with this transition, we have to punish them. That way, we will not recycle this kind of organized criminals to be squatting in public space. We will not have them occupy public space. We will send out an example to Kenyans and all over the world that criminality does not pay. That if you steal from the public will punish you and you will not enjoy that wealth. If you kill or maim like Babu did, or like Baraza did, or like many others have done, including Ruto, that we will punish you severely so that the country and history will record it permanently. Now, somebody said that we should be clear so that we don't have 10,000 requests floating. I was very clear that we should have maximum 3 demands. But in fact, for me, it is only one. We must have only one demand. Ruto as an entire regime must go. They must go now so that we can reconstitute our state. We can transform our society and construct a new system based on merit. A merit-based system. A merit-based system with a foundation of values. Values of social justice. Values of equality. Values of equity. Values of transparency. Values of accountability. These are the foundation stones of a new state. If you have it right and you do it, then you don't have to fear Washington. You don't have to fear anybody. Because if you recall, even in Rwanda, Kagame took power by shooting down a president that was in power. And the whole world went wild. But after 2 weeks, they recognized him and they're doing business with him. These people will do business with us if we transform our system the same way they did business with Mao Zedong in China, who led China through a revolution. The same way they did business with everybody else, including Sankara, even though they planned for his assassination later. And if you recall, if you have a leader with integrity, who is a revolutionary, who is committed to transforming the system, Sankara managed to turn Upper Volta, now Burkina Faso, into a food secure country in 4 years. He was only in his 30s. We can do it.
Yeah, huyo ni Daktari Miguna akizungumza hapo akisema kwamba William Samoei Ruto ndo kiongozi ambaye ni rahisi kumtoa mamlakani. Ameweza kuzungumza mambo mengi ambayo umeweza kuyasikia kwenye hiyo video. Sijui una maoni gani kuhusiana na alichosema Daktari Miguna. Kama uko na maoni niachie hapo kwenye comment section. Kama hujasubscribe na kuomba uweze kusubscribe, finya notification bell ndio wakati wote tunapata habari kama hizi unakuwa wa kwanza kuipata. Hadi wakati mwingine, nakutakia mchana mwema.